We move into the next academic session this morning, and this is a panel discussion among some of the leading names in education. And to introduce you to the moderator of this session, may I welcome Pradip Chopra, the chairman of the iLead institution. iLead, as you all know, is a very well-known institution which teaches us how to lead, how to become an entrepreneur, and how to develop ourselves. Pradip is also the convener of the TPF, the Therapanth Professional Forum, Initiative Udan, which provides 100% scholarship to meritorious but financially challenged students from all over the country. May I request that we see the audiovisual clip of Pradip Chopra. So I'm told that this is not really a panel discussion. Pradip will first speak on today's education more digitally empowered. May I request Pradip Chopra, Chairman iLead, to come up here.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts. How digital technology is changing how the education is imparted. I think most of you must be aware of TED. Yeah? There's a very interesting talk on TED given by Professor Shogoto Mitro. It's called A Hole in the Wall. Yeah, and he actually got TED award, very high award, about $5 million to set up 5 self-learning centers. And he actually showed that if a child is given access to a computer, even if he doesn't know how to operate a computer, even if he doesn't know the language English, the chances are he'll learn by himself. And that he has proved many times in different locations and different times with different kind of children from slum, children in Africa, children in South America, and so on and so forth. Now after that, there are a lot of things which has happened on the digital space, and we'll actually see them, what has actually happened. Now, education has become very, very important these days because we have to constantly learn, unlearn, and relearn because everything is changing very fast. Unless we keep up with the pace of change in technology, in new methods of doing things, processes, and all that, we are likely to lose the race and we'll never be able to get ahead. But then how to do it? Because we have so many pressure, compulsions, and things like. And again, there is a very big challenge in the classrooms that there are very fast learners, there are average learners, and there are slow learners. Now, how can a one-size-fit-all kind of education can help all these kids? So the solution was actually given by the digital platforms which started, and you must be aware there's a very popular platform called Khan Academy, which started by Salman Khan, who actually wanted to give tuition to one of his niece, which was geographically located in somewhere, and he started actually all his tuitions uploading on the YouTube, and it actually became a rage. Bill Gates' children actually found them, and they found them very, very interesting, very helpful. And then Bill Gates joined, and then the whole movement started. And Khan Academy today is one of the most used digital learning platform. Over 100 million students, and now they are available also in many languages, including Bengali. So any child, anywhere in the world, from anywhere, can learn. And believe you me that the way they teach, it's much interesting way of learning your classes. And then they brought a concept of flipped classroom. So what was the flipped classroom concept? That what earlier you used to do in the classroom, you do at home. You learn the concepts, you listen to the lectures at a pace you want to. If you want to hear the lecture twice, thrice, 4 times, you can do that. You can pause, and for the fast learner, you can learn it, you can skip things. And what you earlier used to do in the classroom, at home, that is homework and projects, you actually do and do in a group facilitated by the teacher in the classroom. So it was actually flipped classroom. They found it was very interesting concept and it was actually working. Now, worldwide, this digital training has now been perceived as a threat to the established universities and colleges, because 2 years back when I went to Oxford University, there was a conference and people were there to deliberate on how digital learning is going to actually change how the training is imparted or teaching, higher education happens. And in that conference, the vice chancellors of all top 5 universities in UK were present, Cambridge, Oxford, London School of Business, London School of Economics, Warwick, and they were looking very scared that they have invested so much money in creating infrastructure, whether that infrastructure will become redundant in view of the fact that all this digital platform is emerging, where people can get education almost for free. Yeah, you really don't have to travel from the place you are located. You really don't have to pay any fees because most of them are available for free of cost. So what's going to happen? Now the conclusion, most of the, after a lot of discussion was that possibly you can't fight them, so you better adopt them, and maybe the best solution will be hybrid, where you use this digital content in the classroom and you can use the classroom for enhancing the experience of learning what you are learning at home. Because you are learning at home alone, probably here you are learning in a group which is more interesting, and probably you are doing certain things which you probably can't do at home, applying that knowledge and learning by doing things in a group. So, the best thing about the digital learning is that you can learn it from anywhere, anytime, at any pace, and probably at very low cost or almost free of cost. So these are some of the sites, there are many. These are some of the most popular sites which offer all kinds of courses, including do-it-yourself courses, including vocational training programs, all kinds of new software which are launched today. The tutorials are there, you can actually go and learn. I know many people who have never been to any college or any tutorial, any training institute to learn how to operate new programs. They are just using the tutorials online and becoming proficient, and after that serving clients anywhere in the world, sitting where they are. I'll just talk about one or two of these sites which I got very excited with. One is Khan Academy. Now just imagine that Khan Academy was used by the children of Bill Gates to do well in their school. Now the same tutorials are available probably to the poorest of the poor in the remotest part of the world. So it is a great equalizer. Yeah, it's the same kind of education is available to the children of the richest man, and also the children of the poorest man. So it's a great leveler. So that's a great thing. TED now it's a rage. Now you know that TED, you go and all the speakers, the best speakers in the world, you can hear them. It's amazing lectures are there. And now they have started also an education portal, which is part of the TED series of education initiative. And that's doing extremely well. This DIY is actually where you can actually learn a lot of vocational training, a lot of things which you can do it yourself. And Coursera was started by 2 professors of Stanford University, and it's amazing. I had been following Coursera right from the inception, when they had just started with 4 courses and 2 universities. Today they have millions of users, and fortunately the highest number of users and students in Coursera after the American students are the students from India. Yeah, we are the highest. And here there is a possibility of doing courses which otherwise will cost you few lakhs. I always tell my students that when you are doing undergraduate program and you are going for postgraduate program in America, we have a 3-year undergraduate program and they have a 4-year undergraduate program. So most of them has to do a 1-year gap year when they go to US before they can enroll themselves in post-graduation. But while they are here, they can do many courses online and accumulate credits. And by then, they can skip this 1 year of extra learning and skip those expenses and things like that and straight away get admission into postgraduate program. Because these programs now are offering credits. Some of them are offering degrees online. Yeah, and many of them had diplomas and certificates which are very valuable. And there was one study done which said most of the employer actually prefer people who had done courses online than those who has gone to the campus and learned and done the course. Why? Because they find that the people who had done online and completed the online course are much more motivated, much more inspired, because they have found that most of these students who had done online courses actually don't complete. 90% of them drop out because they lose interest, because there is nobody there after them to, pursue them to complete the course. So those who had completed has an edge. So there are employers in US and Europe who prefer people who had done online courses than people who had done the regular courses. Now I'll just run this video. This is very interesting. This is how the concept behind Coursera, which is actually a TED talk, which was given by one of the founder of Coursera. Okay, it's not opening. So we talked about Khan Academy. edX is one such education platform started by MIT and Harvard, and they also have very large number of Indian students and students from third world countries, and many of them have completed normal courses without spending any money and without leaving the comfort of their homes. Yeah, so this is a great opportunity, at least for poor countries like India, where the education is unaffordable to most of the students. TED we talked about, and Coursera is what we have said that, today Coursera, within a span of 5 years, they have more than 100 million people who had actually completed courses on Coursera. Despite the fact that 90% of the people are not able to complete. And you see, I'm a great user of Coursera, and I get everyday information about the new courses being launched by them. And it's very easy that you can actually do these courses using your iPhone or your smartphone. You can use it while you are in a car or you are in a toilet or anybody. You can actually use your unproductive time for hearing these lectures. Even if you don't complete the course, it's great to listen to these lectures, because most of the university, and they are the top universities in the world, the courses they have put online are the best and the most popular courses they have, and the professors who are taking or giving lectures are some of the best professors they have. So you have an option of learning, let's say, English literature from a professor in Cambridge University, business or economics from London School of Economics, business from London School of Business or Harvard. So you can actually learn from the best professors from around the globe. You're not confined to the only university where you are enrolled, which you have when you're physically there. So you can actually use the best resources every university has without leaving the comfort of your home. So this is what is happening, and I think the threat is real. I think the way we are running our educational institutions will be not the way they will run in future. I have gone and seen many universities, and they have already done away with their physical libraries. There are huge buildings which earlier used to store the books. Now you find no physical books, everything is online. Yeah, so you can actually access these books from anywhere you are, even from India. You can read these books, you can access these books. And the same is going to happen to the physical classrooms, maybe not in very near future, but sometime it's going to happen. And the advantage, I can tell you, with these kind of courses are that you are interacting with students which are located in different geographical location. So suppose an assignment is given to you. In a physical classroom, you are all located in one location. In a virtual classroom, you are located in different parts of the world, and so therefore your perception can be different. You know, a person doing a research in, let's say, in Germany, on the same subject, somebody is doing the same research in Africa, and third person is doing in Australia. And they are all now giving their presentation, so you are getting different perspective of the same subject from different parts of the world, which is not possible in physical classroom kind of a situation. So the learning is much more engaging, much more deeper, and much more meaningful. Yeah, so this is a big advantage. And in India, like all these well-known colleges now offering their programs online. We are doing these programs where the students can come to our campus. They can listen to these lectures online through a video conferencing facilities, and they can get assignment, they can ask questions. It is real time what is happening. And what we have done is these students, since they are coming to our campus, they can use the other facilities which are available on the campus. And this is how the future university and the future colleges will look. People will come to colleges not to listen to lectures, but to use the other facilities, which can be like gym or food court, or with, interacting with other students which has the similar aims, or interacting with each other. It will take a shape of a kind of a club, yeah, or kind of a resort. You come there to actually interact with people, but lectures you are not, or you are doing a projects together, something like that will happen. But this is the extension of the flipping of the classroom, which was what was offered by most of these digital platform on education. And you are not coming for listening to lectures. Lectures you can listen at home. Yeah, here you come and discuss with other kind of people, and physical interaction, and for having a relaxing time and things like that. And maybe you can use to some extent these physical books, but subsequently these physical books are also going to be replaced with digital books. But you'll definitely, these kind of labs, or where you want to do some projects, for that you have to come. Yeah. And you will also definitely come for placement, because these educational institutions will help you to place you. So for all these other requirement of the students, the physical institution will be relevant, but for coming and sitting in the classroom, listening to the lectures, they will probably not come to the college. So this is how I see that hybridization or adoption of the technology or the digital content with the physical classroom is going to take shape in the near future. Thank you so much.
Pradip Chopra, thank you very much for your presentation. May I request Subhash Mohanty, Secretary PRSI, to kindly come up on stage. And Mr. Chopra, would you also come up on stage, please? Mr. Chopra, would you be seated here? We would want to say thank you in our own way from PRSI. Subhash Da is here, Secretary PRSI. We would like to say thank you to Pradip Chopra in our own way, please. Pradip Chopra, founder of iLead, being greeted by Subhash Mohanty, Secretary of the Kolkata Chapter of PRSI. I think we could do with a lot more of applause